There it is.
Okay. Okay. So welcome to my first kickoff party. When I saw this, I was so excited, and I still am. This is quite a journey, and I'm loving this jewelry, and I like it because it's so beautiful, and also it has lots of health benefits. So if you bear with me, we're going to look at some of the ins and outs of the jewelry, and just stop me or whatever if you have questions in the meantime while we're doing this. And let's see, here we go. Share. Okay.
Oh, Chris, you're so technical. This is so cool.
Well, thank you. Let's see. Now, okay, Linda, in your screen, can you see the whole screen, or is it
Yep.
our pictures in the middle?
No, our pictures are off to the side, but I see the entire screen.
Okay, good. Okay. So I just want to welcome you to Magnitude Jewelry. It's a new concept in jewelry, and you can mix and match, and there's beautiful designs. It's affordable, and it's very interchangeable. And so we're going to talk a little bit about EMFs. And I don't know if you've heard of EMFs before, but these are electromagnetic fields. They are all around us. We cannot get away from them. If you have a cell phone, you're there, you've got them. If you have a laptop, you have internet, any place in this world, we have electromagnetic fields. And like I said, they're emitted from all these different things: cell phones, Wi-Fi, your routers, cell towers. So it's like a sea. They are invisible, they're odorless, they exist everywhere, and they bombard our bodies 24/7. And this is just a comparison of what's changed in our world. The top picture is of 2003, and the purple shows a little bit here and there, more in the US than any place else, as compared to 2018. And you can see what's happened in that short amount of time. Wow. There are 20,000 satellites pointed at our Earth, and 5G is 20 times stronger than 4G. 2018, we were looking at 4G, and now we're going into 5G. And so it's not replacing 4G, but it is added on top of 4G. The other problem with 5G is it must be closer to you. So that means they're going to have a lot of towers all over the place, just because it has to be much closer. And how does this affect us, and why should we care? We are electric. And everybody's seen the paddles when they have to try to restart a heart. You have an EKG, you have a ECG, you have all these things, and those are all electric. So our bodies are electric, everything in our bodies. And this makes us more vulnerable to the negative effects of EMFs. Biomagnets increase cellular voltage energy, and they help to overcome the negative effects of EMFs at the cellular level. And this is something I have been really concentrating on this last year. Is I've been on a really healing journey, and it's healing at the cellular level. So this is just an added thing that I'm very, very adamant about. I have been researching about EMFs, and then wouldn't you know, this just showed up. One of my dear friends introduced me to this. If EMF effects on the calcium channels, this gets a little bit scientific-y, but what it does, it breaks down DNA. It can cause cancer. It's the breakdown of the blood-brain barrier, and that's such a huge thing. Male and female infertility, psychiatric symptoms, oxidative stress, heart irregularities, hormonal disruption. And there's all kinds of research, and this this at the bottom of this page on the left-hand side shows a research article about the channels in our bodies, the electrical channels. Their EMFs are harmful to your health. They can cause headaches, insomnia, brain fog, chronic fatigue, frequent infections, low sperm counts, anxiety, panic attacks, damage to our cellular physiology and energy production, metabolism, cancer. So any of these things, cell phones, towers, laptops, microwaves, routers, they all produce EMFs. And these are pictures on the right-hand side of the towers with all these 4G and 5G, what are those called?
Electric
5G.
magnetic fields.
Yeah, yeah, attached to them. And, you know, I really wasn't that aware of them until I started looking around now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're all over the place.
Mhm.
And this just shows some research. There's tons of research. And one of the things that really grabbed my attention was a study done in 2015 that showed that 75% of 4-year-old children own their own mobile device or tablet. That blew my mind. But the problem with that is children's heads, because their brains, the skull hasn't really solidified and it's still thin, and their bone marrow absorb up to 10 times the radiation compared to adults. So, and children's brains are really in the formative stages. So this is really affecting our children. And it says that 90% of cell phones exceed the FCC radiation limits by up to 10 times. So it's a huge problem. And this is why this is really, really important to not protect yourself, but to counteract the effects of the EMFs. What you can do to minimize your exposure is eliminate the source. That's a tough one for most people. You know, we're attached to our phones, we're attached to the internet, all this different stuff. And how many of us have our phones on the bed, next to the bed at night, charging them? The other thing is, don't put your laptop directly on your lap. There's some things that you can do. Some of them are pretty tough to do. I have to admit, you know, I still can't be away from my phone at nighttime, you know, it's like, so I'm guilty. So this jewelry is designed with your health in mind. And the one thing disclaimer have to make is this is not to be worn with pacemakers. So because the pacemaker is electric charge in your body, and so this would interfere with that. So if there's a pacemaker, do not wear this jewelry. So this is a little bit about our healthy jewelry. They come with neodymium magnets, and they attach all our tudes to the bases. And I think that's kind of a cool name, tudes. And the magnets counteract the harmful effects of EMFs and 5G. They don't protect you from them, but if you're around them, which we are, it will counteract the negative effects. It's known to increase cellular vitality and to help boost immunity. And on the back of most of our bases are energy beads. And the red ones are infrared, which improves the blood flow and recovery. The beige, which down at the bottom, is negative ions for mood boost. And the black is germanium for enhancing immunity and anti-inflammatory. So besides the tudes with the magnets on the back, then the bases also have other healing properties. Magnetude jewelry uses the strongest biomagnets available to help protect your electrical health as well as increase your vitality. these magnets are 4,000 Gauss, which is, and that's how magnets are measured in Gausses. So, you know, some are very, very low, but these are really high quality. They improve the blood flow. They decrease pain, your back, your neck, your knee, improve quality of sleep. That's probably one of the things that most of the people who wear this jewelry have, you know, talked about, is the improved quality of sleep. And we all know how important that is. Improve strength and vitality, cell voltage and metabolism for increased healing, and counteract the harmful effects of EMFs and 5Gs. And the picture in the middle on the left-hand side shows the two sizes of the tubes. The one on the right is a mini tube, tiny tube. I'm sorry, it's a tiny tube. And that's an important distinction to make from the Magnetude, because the jewelry takes different sizes, and that's an important thing to know, which size tube you need to order. And this is how to create your own look. So one, you pick your base, and there are a number of different bases. The one on the left happens to have a place for a tiny tube and a Magnetude. And then in the middle, you pick, you know, your color combinations. And then on the right, you have a beautiful design, and then you can interchange them. So really you just need one base, get a neck chain to go with it, and then pick out your tubes and you're good to go. And this slide just shows all of our different bases. The horizon has their own chain. The wings has its own chain. The rest of them, you need to also order a chain to go with them. But if you look, the bases are very reasonably priced. It's like the Solo, which is the kind of the middle top there, is $35. And so all of them down to the very bottom of dusk on the left-hand side, they take one tube. And those are all mini tubes except for the Atlas. And then the ones on the right, those all take mega. Some of them take a mega and a tiny tube. Clear down at the bottom right-hand side, it's Journey and the drop tube bar. Journey will take a Magnetude, but then you can also get little drops that fit in those holes in the bottom. And the drop tube bar is strictly little drops. And there's all kinds of different ones. I saw a seahorse and hearts and just all kinds of things. So they range in price from $30 to $59. And then there are bracelets. And there is one thing you really have to know about the bracelets. They come in different sizes. So if you're ordering, when you're ordering online, there is a drop-down box to pick up what size, and you need to measure. The only one, the Mega Sport, is adjustable. The rest of them go by wrist sizes. So that's something you need to pay close attention to. And they're fun to wear. They're just really fun to wear. And then there's a slider line. And this also is a slider line for children. The bottom slide, the one on the picture on the bottom there, the one on the right that has two tubes there, that is for children, and even infants, you could put that on. It's on a tie cord. They can't come off, so it's not a choking hazard, but as long, you tie it on, and then, our children are protected. And I think that's so important because, I am looking around at these kids, and what parents do is like, oh, here, just take the phone and make yourself, don't bother me, not necessarily, but it keeps them occupied when they're doing something. So, so there's the adult vertical slider, and then there's also for children. And different bands. There's wristbands too, bracelets. Oh, here's the children's line. And there's bracelets, there's the Solo base can hold a tiny tube. And they come in fun little things like soccer and baseball and football. And there's some for different holidays. And they can be so much fun for the kids to pick and choose what they want. And then the Magnisport bracelet. Linda, help me out on this. Is this the one that's waterproof?
You know, I believe she said it is waterproof, but not submerged waterproof. Like you just don't have to worry about getting it wet
Okay, okay.
as much as like the others. Like I was exercising today in mine and I thought, oh, I'm sweaty. I wonder if that's bad to have it against my skin. You know, I didn't know that.
Right, right. So,
So
yeah,
Well,
and
we
do
can
not get
ask her
these,
for
yeah,
that.
don't get these tubes wet.
Mhm.
They're not waterproof, but I think the bands on these sport ones
Yes.
are. I think that's the difference. So you can wear these while you're exercising, which is a really good thing to do. It helps with blood flow and recover more quickly. So there's a lot of improvements for your workouts. We have a men's line. There's the Atlas. If you don't want to, if the men don't want to wear a neck chain or a bracelet, they can put this on very inconspicuously. There's no chain or anything with it. And a lot of people, and me too, I put it on my nightgown. Well, that is if you wear anything to bed, but anyway, we won't go there. But you can wear it to bed at night. But there's a lot of different looks for the men and very masculine, and they look really nice. Very, very, very becoming. So the popular bases for men are the Atlas, the Geo, Zen, Eclipse, and Cirque. The Geo and Cirque are bracelets, wristbands, whatever you want to call them. And then for our furry friends, we can't forget them either, because they are exposed probably even more so than us, because they're tiny and they're really bombarded. And I have to say, we had a horrendous thunderstorm the last couple different times, and my little Maisie, she slept right through it. And before, she would have been scared and trembling, but she just was. So that was an interesting thing to notice too. And it's helps with blood flow, mood, and calming. And any older dogs that have arthritis or hip dysplasia, it improves blood flow, and that's a big problem with the arthritis and hip dysplasia. So we must remember our babies, and these are worn on their collars. So I want to thank you for investing your time with me. This is my website, and don't forget to put in the party ID number, which is 3011. And down on the right is a picture of the box that comes with your jewelry. Look on the lid, because it's magnetic, and that's where all your tubes are attached to. You don't want those magnets to touch each other, because they can break the stones, they can break the magnets. So keep the tubes on the lid and the bases in the box. And it says, now for the fun. Let's see some beautiful interchangeable jewelry and the excuse me, thousands of combinations that you can make. So there are two kinds of earrings, both for pierced ears. The one on the right is called duo, and the one on the left is the dangle. And so when you order those, you do need to order two tiny tubes of the same color. Otherwise, you won't be matched. So these are just some ideas of what you can do with these. And if you're on the phone a lot, put it on speaker, but wear your tubes in your ears. Protect your brain. Counteract the effects on your brain. I'm not supposed to, I was told by Dr. Tracy, I'm not supposed to say protect.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. And then solo is just one tube And I don't know if you can see my tude. I have a quartz in it today. So been wearing that. So just lots of different, and this takes a tiny tude. The one thing if you look on as you're shopping, look to see if it says tiny tude, which is what the Solo does. So then that solves the problem, and you can just look at the page of tiny tudes and then have to make a decision. Horizon, this takes a tiny tude, all these different combinations. So you can match every outfit that you have. And then it shows also that there's one infrared and one negative ion on the back. And the V. And I need to back up and say, this company was started by Dr. Tracy, who is a chiropractor, and then her friend Candace, who is it Candace?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Candace, who is the designer, and they got their heads together and came up with this beautiful jewelry. Just absolutely stunning. And Zen. That's what I have on today. I don't have Solo, I have Zen on. Just multiple combinations. And the picture there in the middle shows her with a different base, but also with the atlas. So you can match your scarf. She put it on a scarf, and then she has a necklace to match. And the eclipse, more bold. This is a bigger, bolder, and this takes a Magnetude. But look down at the bottom. There's Rudolph. There are diffusers for essential oils, quartz, glass, all kinds of things. And then the twist, and we looked at that earlier. So pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And balance, and you see the little ghost, and there's love. That the love is a diffuser. And you can also layer these quite easily. We have different length chains. The chains are all stainless steel. There are no base metals. It's not sterling silver, so it will not tarnish. And I have a nickel allergy, and I've been wearing this for quite some time and have had no problems whatsoever. So, okay, and that takes a mega and a mini and a tiny tube. And then there's energy, and that's a Magnetude. And then there's also one called a mini mega, and that will work in these also. As long as it has mega in the name, it will work. And just more different tudes.
Chris, I have a question. Is the diffuser a mega?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And there's a little felt pads that you put they're all different colors, and you put your essential oil in it and just clip it into the diffuser.
So your Geo bracelet, did that take a Magnetude then?
Geo, I don't know.
That pink one, you pink one.
This is a tiny tube.
It's a tiny tube, and there's not a diffuser in the tiny tube.
There are diffusers, and there are some diffusers.
Tinies also. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I was confused, because my sister-in-law that's returning her bracelet got diffusers, but I'm thinking she got tiny tubes. So, but they make small diffusers also.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And look at the elephant, and then the matching tiny tube to go with that. I mean, you can just pick up any colors. I like color anyway. And then we have
They're
Harmony.
beautiful.
This is such a pretty one. Well, I like them all. I don't know how I can decide, but I have to.
Yeah, exactly.
And the ribbon is probably a little dressier. And that comes in gold or silver. Very, very pretty. And the framed is a very lightweight one. Is that what you have on, Linda?
Yep, that's what I have on today.
Yeah. Pretty.
I love it.
Yep.
I wear it a lot, actually.
Yeah.
And I like the round neck too.
But
The
you have the
chain.
wire?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that one.
Yeah,
It's a great length for me.
right, right. Number 6 on the bottom is a diffuser. And it's great for all of us Florida people with the hibiscus.
Yeah.
So we have a cross. The cross takes a tiny tude. And then the bracelets. And the geo, those take tiny tudes, don't they?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different bracelets. You can see the difference in the opening on the geo compared to the circ. The circ is a the one right to the right of it. It is a Magnetude for that one. And then the tude. The tude board is just unbelievable. So, and the Magnetudes range in price from $10 to $35. Thousands of combinations. These are $35 ones. They're natural stones, they're specialty crystals. More Magnetudes. The ones on the left, there are the essential oil diffusers. And down at the bottom are the 5 discs that you get with each diffuser. So you can change out the color of it just by whatever disc you put in there. So you have all kinds of different designs for that. Then on the right is dichroic glass. And these are very unique. Very, very unique. And more Magnetudes. This is the natural stones. And I don't know my stones. I honestly
I haven't learned all the names yet either.
No. They're just so many different, I'm like, oh, I like that color. It's not about the stone, it's about the color. So, and then these are $10 tudes. And the part on the left are all different pictures. They're picture frames. Well, I guess the right one is too. And I like the one that's wine a little. I feel better after I whine a little. That's
Yeah.
wine. So, and then tiny tudes. These are for the smaller ones. There's artisan collections, dichroic glass, natural stones. And more tiny tudes. These are all $5. So you see they're all very reasonably priced, so it's easy to pick a base and then just change out the colors. So again, here we are back at the the back page here, and this is my website and the party ID. And I thank you very much for taking your time with me. And I just have a couple questions. Would you like to host your own party and earn free jewelry? It's a very, what's the word I want, Linda?
Fun way to get free jewelry.
Yeah.
Invite some of your friends.
Yeah. Or you can join us. So you need to, if so, just let me know. And I'm done with that. How do I get out of here? Stop share. Okay, so there we are.
Do you want to turn off the recording?
Not yet.
Oh,
I have my board, and I just wanted to, can you see this very good?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, okay. This is just a couple of combinations that I put together today, and I just wanted to show how easy it is to pull this out. I'll just put this on the board here and change it out. So I think I want to try that combination. And, put the pink with the blue. That's really kind of bold, but anyway. So this is the open, and this is some dusk. The two different bases. So that's how easy it is to change these out. And I like this heart. I think this heart is really spectacular.
Yeah, I don't have one of those. It looks lovely.
It is. So if you can see the 2 different sizes of the tudes, Mega's on, looking at it be on my right, and looking at it, the tiny tude is on the left. So that's just the different sizes. So, and then I have, you know, a board and all of that. So any other, I'm going to stop